For a moment, Rebecca thought someone, anyone, might step forward and help her, but the crowd only tightened around her like a silent cage. Phones lifted instantly, capturing her pain as if it were entertainment. Some guests whispered behind jeweled fingers, others smirked as though watching a scene they had paid for. She could hear scattered comments, "Unbelievable, did you see that?" Yet no one moved. Not a single hand reached out to stop Catherine or offer Rebecca even a shred of dignity. The security guard stood frozen, too intimidated by wealth to intervene. Rebecca felt small, exposed, as if every cruel stare stripped away another layer of her humanity. The cold marble floor beneath her knees wasn't nearly as painful as the realization that in this room full of people, she was utterly alone, and the humiliation wasn't done with her yet. You can replace this text with any text you wish. You can either write in this text box or paste your own text here. Try different languages and voices. Change the speed and the pitch of the voice. You can even tweak the SSML, speech synthesis markup language, to control how the different sections of the text sound. Click on SSML above to give it a try. Enjoy using text-to-speech. Rebecca had been on her feet for hours, doing her best to blend into the background the way servers are expected to. She moved carefully through the glittering hall, balancing a tray of champagne flutes while wealthy guests floated past her, wrapped in jewels and fake smiles. She didn't belong in their world, but she needed the money, so she kept her head down and her smile steady. Everything was going smoothly, until chaos slipped in through the smallest mistake. A man, laughing too loudly to notice where he was going, bumped into her tray. The glasses tilted, and before she could react, champagne splashed across Catherine's designer gown. The room fell silent. Catherine's shock twisted into fury, and before Rebecca could apologize, she felt the sting of a slap across her face. Laughter, whispers, cameras, everything blurred together, and humiliation washed over her like a second spill she couldn't clean, and that was just the beginning. When the crowd finally dispersed and the mansion's heavy doors closed behind them, Rebecca felt her legs weaken as the adrenaline drained from her body. Daniel caught her before she fell, holding her with the quiet steadiness she hadn't felt in years. In that moment, all the walls she'd built, pride, distance, stubborn independence, crumbled under the weight of everything she'd endured. Later that night, in the calm of Daniel's penthouse, they talked honestly for the first time since their parents died. She told him about medical school, the late nights, the fear of failing. He confessed how empty every success felt without her there to share it. It wasn't money she needed from him, just the reassurance that family didn't disappear when things got hard. By the time dawn touched the skyline, the distance of 5 years had faded, replaced with a fragile but real sense of home returning, and what she gained that night mattered far more than what she lost. Catherine tried to recover, scrambling for excuses, but the damage was already spreading through the room like wildfire. Her husband rushed forward, whispering frantically about contracts and reputation, yet Daniel didn't spare him a glance. Instead, he turned toward the staff lined against the walls, people who had spent the evening swallowing disrespect just to keep their jobs. His voice softened, inviting them to speak if they'd been mistreated. For a moment, silence held them back, but then one young server stepped forward, then another, and another. Their stories were brief but raw, insults, yelling, even unwanted touches. Daniel listened to each one, and when they finished, he simply said that his company had room for anyone willing to work with dignity and integrity. Shock rippled across the ballroom as he offered jobs on the spot. Meanwhile, Catherine's world collapsed. Daniel's eyes swept across the room like a storm scanning for its target, and when they finally landed on Rebecca, bruised, shaken, humiliated, something inside him snapped. His jaw tightened, his steps slow but deliberate as he crossed the ballroom, ignoring the gasps rising around him. Catherine stumbled back, suddenly aware that her power melted the second he appeared. Daniel kneeled beside Rebecca, his voice low, trembling with fury as he asked if she was hurt. Then he stood, turning his full attention on Catherine, who could barely meet his stare. With measured calm sharpened by anger, he exposed exactly what had happened. The guests who'd treated the incident like entertainment now shifted uncomfortably as he announced that he was withdrawing his promised $10 million donation. The room rippled with shock. Deals, reputations, alliances, it all shattered in an instant, and every pair of eyes swung. Just when it seemed the night couldn't sink any lower, the air shifted, subtle at first, like the room itself was holding its breath. Catherine's grip was still tangled in Rebecca's hair when the massive doors behind them slammed open with a force that echoed through the hall. The sudden blast of cold night air swept across the ballroom, and every head snapped toward the entrance. A tall, broad-shouldered figure stood framed in the doorway, silhouetted against the dark sky, radiating a quiet authority that chilled the room into silence. Even from the floor, Rebecca felt the weight of his presence, a power that didn't need announcing. Guests who moments earlier were laughing and recording now stiffened, unsure whether to look away or keep watching. As he stepped forward, the chandelier light revealed his face, familiar, impossible, overwhelming. That it was the moment everything began to change.